everybody, welcome to my channel. Everything that I say is alleged, my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. Let's get into this review of Real Housewives of New Jersey. So we open up with Dolores. She's nursing Paulie back to health. They talk about what happened at the Jersey Shore and how Frank was upset that Dolores did not stay at his shore house as she normally would. Paul feels Frank needs to get over Dolores and move on. Dolores says she understands how Paul feels, but points out that he also has a close relationship with his ex-wife as well. Paul said there is a difference. Dolores said Frank does not like change and that their relationship is close. Dolores wants Paul to understand that it's not about Frank being attracted to her, but the attachment, and Frank does not like change. Dolores lets Paul know that she's meeting with Jenna because she heard that her and Bill are having some issues, and Dolores do not know where their friendship will go, but wants to sit down with Jenna because she really likes Bill and Jen as a couple. So Rachel's daughter going to school, and she buys her a personalized book bag and proclaims that she's a big perfectionist. Rachel says that her husband is from the streets and she's from corporate. She said they talk about her having more children, but Jaden doesn't want them to. That's her stepson. Then they talk about Rachel wanting to adopt him, but they will have to reach out to his birth mother. Rachel dealt with Jaden's mother, and it was difficult because she was raising her child. Rachel feels like she earned the title to be his mom. I'm rolling my eyes. Okay. I guess I commend you, and if your husband is for it, then so be it. I just don't feel like the mother should be a part of your storyline. Just adopt him and move on, in my opinion. So Jenna and Dolores meet for lunch. Jenna said in her mind that they were good friends, and Dolores should have told Mark to stop, since she know what it feels like to deal with infidelity as well. Do you think I like fighting with you? This is Dolores telling Jenna. Do you think I like fighting with you? Jenna said, you became close to Margaret and it felt like you didn't have my back. Dolores felt that Jenna talked to everybody else but her on how she felt instead of coming to her. Jenna said she let her anger get the best of her. Dolores calls a truce and she says she don't want to fight anymore. They agree to communicate with each other if something is going on, and they decide to move on. They talk about the issues Jen is having with her husband about raising the children. Jenna says she's getting fed up with Bill, and she wants to plan a Turkish coffee reading, but she know the ladies won't come to her house. So Dolores decides to open up her house to the Turkish coffee reading. Dolores says she would invite all the girls over to come over because it's too much fighting amongst the ladies. Then we move on to Melissa. They go over to their house that's being built. She lets us know that she's doing a pop-up for Danielle at her Envy store to help her out with her children's clothing line. She said that she has no idea why Danielle stormed out of the brunch at the shore. She stormed out because y'all keep talking about her and her brother's issues, and she don't even know what's going on, but y'all making it more than what it is. That's why she stormed the hell out. So we see Danielle getting her clothes together for the pop-up shop. Teresa calls her. We find out that Teresa ended up getting COVID. They talk about what happened after Danielle left the shore and the argument that they got into between Joe and Melissa. She said Louis came back crying because he felt like, he could feel the pain of Joe and Melissa. And he called his sister just to say that he loved her. Child, I don't know. He a little dramatic for me. I don't know Teresa seeing him, but anyway, that's just my opinion. Anyway, Melissa said Margaret called her and said Louis was crying. This is her, Melissa talking to Joe, but didn't tell her why. But Margaret was standing right there, so I don't know why she didn't tell you why. Because her husband was there too, so I don't know why she didn't tell you why. So Joe thinks that Louis is being fake, said that's why they are in the blogs about getting into it with Dina and her husband, and they are not coming to the wedding. Supposedly the argument was about another business deal that Louis did with the husband, and it went wrong. So Danielle talks about Rachel causing trouble and making her leave the brunch. which she said she never walks away from anything. Child, I can't tell because you've been walking out for a minute now, okay? So Danielle says she's going to address the ladies at the Turkish coffee reading. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Turkish coffee reading. So the ladies arrive at the Turkish coffee reading. They're all impressed with Paulie's house. His house is nice. I said that in the first episode. I was like, that house is dope. Anyway, Rachel, the troublemaker, wants to know what's going on with her and Margaret. Jen A said, nothing is going on. I just would like to keep it that way. Good answer, Jen. Don't talk to Rachel about nothing because she is a troublemaker. So Melissa wants to know why Jen A and Dolores are throwing a party together. Dolores lets them know that they called a truce. They tired of fighting, okay? Margaret in her confessionals, of course, is hating on Jen A. And that's all I'm going to say, okay? Jen A asked about Danielle. Here's Margaret. She was like, oh, the booge that left in a rush when you asked her about her brother. Like, Margaret, I don't know about her. She's another troublemaker. And I feel like she know a lot of people that can get her information. So she feel like she got a hand up to say whatever she wants to say. Anyway, Jen A, when she told me, she said, not once did I ask her, what did you do to deserve the behavior from your brother? And here goes Margaret, making it about her again. Although you're talking already. OMG. Margaret. So they go downstairs and Dolores and Janae let the ladies know that they are bridesmaids in Teresa's wedding and they pan to Melissa. And Melissa do not look too happy about Dolores and Janae being bridesmaids, okay? Now, Melissa, you can't get mad because Teresa did offer you to be in her wedding. She may have asked you in a weird way, but she did offer you to be in the wedding. And you said you are good. Remember that? So Melissa is saying that Teresa offered Dolores to be in the wedding because of the fallout with Dina. If that's the case, then why was Jenna offered to be be a bridesmaid too? So what are you talking about, Melissa? Melissa, she be low-key hating on Teresa, and that's just in my opinion, okay? Dolores invites the ladies to Ireland, and she said that she's traveled there with Paulie, and she feels like they haven't traveled together in a while, so she decides to turn it into a bachelorette party for Teresa. So the reader gets to read in the coffee cups. She goes through everyone, and everyone so far is all happy, but the moment they get to Jen A, they are all skeptical. And I was just like, really, ladies? But in the next episode, we know why. I was like, the disrespect of the ladies to, it was kind of disrespectful to the lady that was reading the cups. That's all I'm going to say. So Danielle calls Rachel out on her BS. So, Rachel don't give a, she was looking out for her friend. This is what Rachel said. She don't give a F because she was looking out for her friend. And in my head, I'm just like, she your friend now. Wait till she turn on you, okay? But you didn't say what you said when you were sitting there with Rachel in that shop. And that's what I think is not fair. You was being transparent where? Since you was just repeating what you heard, so was Danielle. She was repeating what she heard. So Jenna asked Danielle, if I was to say something about Jen, will you go back and tell her? And she said, and Danielle said, probably not. And Jen A jumps in and says, yeah, she ain't going to say nothing because she's not an shit starter. Rachel had nothing to say about that, okay? So Dolores is over the ladies and she kicked them out her house. She said she has a goddamn headache. She is over it. So that ends the episode. It was pretty good. Again, Paulie's house is thebomb.com. All right, y'all. Like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video. Hit that notification bell so you know when my next video comes out. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.